I think you're right. Listen, it's an interesting dynamic to have in that heavyweight division. What did you make of the press conferences this week? We'll talk Fury, Usyk first and foremost. Obviously, you've had your back and forth with fighters on the top table. You've had a little bit of a chat with them all. Did you take anything from the antics of Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk this week?
Yeah, I thought Tyson Fury, I think it's old hat. When he starts with a name calling and starts doing personal insults on people's physical appearances, I just think it's not masculine, it's not manly. It's fun and games at the start. You think, oh, Tyson Fury's funny and he don't care what he says, and he's got a big mouth and he's brash, and you know, he's from the travelling community, so he doesn't care. That's probably why he struggles to get sponsorship. Let's be honest, is a hard sell for a blue chip company when he's got the mouth, he's got the potty mouth, should I say, being polite. But when I watched it the other day, I've got to be honest, I'm bored of listening to him. I think he's embarrassing himself, and I thought that Alexander Usyk was class, pure class, even though there's a language barrier and he struggles to get across what he wants. The looks and his body language, and then the interpretation from the small bits that he does say, he came out of this looking very good. And Tyson Fury now is the bad guy that everybody wants to lose. I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about the feedback that you get and the comments you read on social media and underneath the YouTube clips. Tyson Fury is doing himself no favours with his mouth.
Carl, I'm just going to sort of butt in here, because John Stracey, who you know, John H. Stracey, one of our great world champions of years gone by, he put it on Facebook this week. He said, "Read Tyson Fury, could he really sink any lower?" Watching that press conference, Usyk showed nothing but respect as the great world champion he is, and ambassador for the sport. Fury, on the other hand, showed nothing but disrespect, animosity, despicable behaviour from a man who should be setting an example and representing our country. For those who think this attitude helps to build up fights, I disagree. That's from John H. Stracey.
Yeah, it's all become a little bit of old hat, hasn't it, now with Tyson Fury? You know, when it started, it was a little bit of a gimmick, it was a little bit WWE/boxing, and it was bringing something new to it, but now I think it's gone a little bit too personal and the insults are a little bit too much. It's a gladiatorial sport, man, and you've got to respect the guys that get in there. And I get the banter and I get the back and forth. He had it with Grossy, didn't he? I mean, but there's a certain line you don't go to.
Yeah, but there's trash talk, banter, and there's a way that you do it. You can be charming, you can have a little bit of something about, you can have a little bit of a glint in your eye about it, you can be witty, you can be funny. This week it came across overly aggressive and unnecessary. For the magnitude of the fight, it just felt, like you've just said a moment or two ago, a bit old hat, a bit desperate in certain terms.
Yeah, the word I used to sum it up, him and his dad as well, John, who's not been around for a while, I think it's embarrassing. And what John Rawling just read out there from John H. Stracey, who's a quality man, a quality operator, still very articulate, that does kind of sum it up very well. You're representing your sport and yourself and your country in another country, because he's fighting out in Saudi Arabia, and they must be looking at this thinking, what is going on? Who is this guy, Tyson Fury? What is this really how they conduct business? And we don't conduct business like that at world level. There is often needle in fights, but there's always a respect and a line we don't cross. And Tyson Fury, time and time again, crosses that line. And for me, it's vulgar. And to be honest, the fans are seeing and talking how what I'm saying, how I'm portraying it, because everybody wants him to get beat. I don't talk to anybody who wants Tyson Fury to win this fight. He's totally turned everyone against him.
But that's what he's done, isn't he? Where he was a fan's favourite, he's now getting the backlash from the fans because of this situation and the fights that are not being made, and because he wants to hold it up to Boxing Ghana or do whatever and, you know, push back that undisputed, and, you know, yeah, it's not a good look, and I think that he's in danger of losing that legacy, that popularity in a big way.